The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. This quote hits the nail on the head because it is in fact the mind that sees, and not directly the eyes. The physical eyes are just an intermediate step. Like the eyes provide the puzzle pieces to the mind. Then the mind does the pivotal job of assembling and organizing the puzzle pieces in a way in which the mind expects and accepts the world to make sense in, often in a biased way. To protect itself from the pain of surprise, or to be avoiding the energy expenditure of reconsidering an entire world view, in case of new major discoveries of new knowledge. From a deep philosophical point of view, this assembly of the visual puzzle pieces done by the mind is representing the subjective reality or the second layer of reality in the three-layer reality model. 1. First layer of reality, physical reality, science, material world, anything that can be measured objectively with instruments, with firm conclusions and little debate. 2. Second layer of reality, each person's subjective world model. Each model built with a uniquely different set of information pieces, except in cases of individuals who religiously consume only mainstream media info, they will share a very similar world mental construct. Most people believe that their mental world model is very accurate even though it is only scratching the surface of the full scope of information available. 3. Third layer of reality is non-material spiritual truths, metaphysical truths that are also firm and objectively true in nature with little room for debate. Such as mathematics, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 of the universe using duality principles, positive negative electric forces, matter antimatter particles. Even in biology there is a male-female duality written like laws into 3D space as purely as plus and minus in mathematics, just to mention a few examples. Now you could zoom out and make a meta-observation and consider that perhaps the meaning of life could be to achieve a perfect alignment between the three layers of reality such that they become the same. Like one singular, fully synchronized, fully true, non-distorted single-layer reality where 1. Your individual subjective world model becomes fully accurate and aligned with 2. The material world, as well as being aligned with and understanding 3. The non-material truths, such as 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and understanding the universal principles like duality, electrical forces have plus and minus, the principles of good and evil. And seeing that these laws of the physical universe are somehow written into 3D space in a behind-the-scenes fashion, thereby realizing the importance and existence of a deeper spiritual layer of reality in which an intelligent higher power has the skill set and power to write these laws as a simple observation of cause-effect, because everything has to originate from something previous, and so in that sense the mere existence of the laws of physics means that something must have caused the laws to come into existence at some point, just cause and effect. In fact, thousands of people who have clinically died and then been revived and come back to life, they all report a very similar story of a continuous existence of your soul in a purely spiritual layer of reality where all knowledge is united and accessible in one place. Alice rooted in goodness, love and immense beauty. That is nice to know. With the current world of chaos, war, division etc., we still have a lot to learn in the physical world. Real science check. Some cases third-party doctors, medics have confirmed that people who died have obtained objectively true information from the other side. Such as when the dead person was able to overhear and see a conversation between doctors and medics in another room than where the dead person's physical body was located. This has been documented several times, and some doctors keep records of these things, like Dr. Raymond Moody, for example. The study of NDE also offers a path to understanding the spiritual layer of the universe in a new way that can unite human civilization despite different religious beliefs. You can also use the rules for solving mathematical equations, combined with the universally true principle that everything follows the cause and effect principle, and then address the Big Bang mystery. In mathematics, an unknown factor can be named x in order to perform calculations and eventually draw conclusions from it, even when it is initially unknown. So in the Big Bang we don't know the cause of what came before it, but we can use the rules of mathematics to name the cause x. Now we can add properties that x should be able to have in order for the Big Bang to take place in the manner that it did and resulted in shaping the universe with the laws of physics that we now know apply. X, the source of the Big Bang, the thing that came before the Big Bang, must have had the following properties. 1. Can make matter come into existence. 2. Can make laws of physics come into existence. Some people will attempt to apply a circular argument to protect their brain from working too hard, saying that the universe could be endlessly contracting and expanding in repeating cycles of Big Bangs, but then they would be cancelling out the universally true principle that everything follows cause and effect. Because our original question was what was the thing that came before the Big Bang, the cause that was something different than the Big Bang, that then resulted in an effect being the Big Bang. You see, in nature and in physics, cause and effect happens through transformation from one state to another state, like electrical energy being transformed into light in a light bulb. In the same way, this X-force that was before the Big Bang must simply have been in a position to 1. Create matter. 2. Create the laws of physics that govern the behavior of physical matter. Interesting stuff. If you want a less spiritual version, the CLA uses simple 3-layer model for personal psychology and 3 layers of privacy. We all live 3 lives according to the CLA. 1. The information that all people can know about you, publicly available info like name, career, etc. 2. The semi-private information that only your inner circle know. 3. Fully private information that only you know as the only person in the world. Their job and one of their primary work methods, as you may know, is acquiring that fully private information to gain leverage on influential people and make sure they stick to the plan. But from a spiritual perspective, you could also set a goal to live as authentically as possible so that the border between these 3 layers disappears, so you become fully self-aligned. You can not be manipulated, forced, or leveraged.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this video with a voiceover production. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, make sure you give it a like and definitely share it with a friend if you found it interesting. It is a quite unique message in this video. So perhaps you can also let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this style of video. In any case, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.